again of Farpoint, this time to show you some things I couldn't show you in the other videos. This is going to include one quick run through one of the challenge modes so you can see how that works, and show you a couple of the other weapons, the only other weapons that you haven't seen on the other streams. So, there we go.
Setup complete.
Success! Success! What game was that said success? Is that a Destiny thing, maybe? Okay, so, anyway. So we've got our setup here. We can hold down the thing to figure out where we're looking. So apparently this is where my camera is, and the little thing I need to stay in here. You'll notice that the office, or whatever you want to call it here, has gotten much more filled out. There's a little hole you can toss stuff into or smack stuff into. But basically, you got this little office here that has been more fleshed out with more stuff on the counter as you play the game. I did finish the campaign last night. After getting to what is basically the beginning of a last sequence after the last battle and having the game crash on me. Again, one of the things that drives me nuts about Farpoint, and otherwise I really, really enjoy the game, is that while it does have checkpoints during the middle of levels in case you die, those checkpoints are not essentially save points. If you are to leave the game in the middle of a level and try to go back into it, you will start back at the beginning of that level. Or if your game crashes. So I got to a point where I was basically at the end of the game, right after the final battle, and the game crashed. I had to play through the entire last level all over again. Alright, so let's talk weapons. Okay, so let's pull up challenge here. Challenge lets you choose what weapons you're going to have in the challenge mode. We've looked at this before. This is your regular assault rifle. Again, we've used this a lot during the game. You basically can just hold down the trigger and it's an auto fire type thing. You hold it up to your eye. There's your crosshairs, so to speak. And then, of course, you can fire the missile with secondary fire. And yes, when you pull the triggers, it shows your fingers moving. How cool is that? You have a secondary fire. It's the missile. And when you fire it, you basically guide it with the laser, which is red at that point, to your target. You also have a shotgun. I have that equipped right now. Shotgun we saw in the first or second live stream. Again, not much in the way of an actual sight. It's just the little ring. It has a grenade launcher as a secondary fire. They basically fire out and roll or bounce. Otherwise, basic shotgun. Whereas the auto rifle doesn't actually need to be reloaded. You basically just have to stop before it overheats, which you'll notice by the barrel becoming red. The shotgun does need to actually be reloaded. You press the reload button on the side, or square, which is to the left of the back analog stick on the aim controller, and it will load up. You can see the little markers there for your different shots, but it will load those one at a time. So if you're in the middle of a reload, say halfway through reloading all of them, and boom, need to shoot something, then it does stop, let you shoot, and then you can hit reload, and it'll reload the rest of it, which is not something all guns do. We saw, once you're in the section with the robots for the first time, that you've got your precision rifle. Probably my favorite weapon in the game. Again, hold it up. Nice targeting. Fires 3 rounds at a time, or 3 rounds per reload. Very, very powerful shot. You reload, you press the button, and very quickly the bolt there goes back, comes back forward, and it's reloaded all 3 shots. This gun has no secondary fire. Notice I'm pressing the secondary fire button. There is nothing to click. Once you meet the scavengers, the aliens, you'll have access to the plasma rifle. Plasma rifle's a little trickier to aim. It's got those holographic sight kind of things going on here. It fires shots in basically 5-round or whatever it is bursts. So it's burst, 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 burst as you're firing it. Then you do have to reload. This one reloads all at once, but it's slow like the shotgun. And it cannot be interrupted in the middle of a reload. It does have a secondary fire, except it's not a secondary weapon. It builds up a shield, an energy shield on either side of the gun, and gives you a little circle still to shoot through. Personally, I find that more distracting than useful. Not a big fan of the plasma rifle. Then you get right towards the end of the game, and you finally get access to the last of the different weapon types, and that is the spike launcher. A spike launcher here That's just the scanning mode. Spike launcher fires these little energy spikes, like sort of white one kind of held in suspension there, essentially wobbling around. You can do an automatic fire and fire them. Every one of these little like circular things on the top represents one of the bolts that can be fired. It pops out when you shoot, drops back down when it's reloaded. Fire them off, they explode with like an energy burst as opposed to like a fiery explosion after about 4 seconds. Or you can use secondary fire to blow them up all at once. And if you fire a bunch of them into an enemy, rather than just being a cumulative explosive effect, it does have a bigger effect. It's more than the sum of its parts if you hit an enemy with multiple. Alright, so, I'm not really a fan of the spike or the plasma launcher in many respects. Personally, I would say carry the assault rifle and either the shotgun or the precision rifle for most of the game, if not all of the game. That said, you haven't seen the use yet on my streams, at least, of the spike launcher. So I'm going to go with spike launcher and assault rifle and check out one of the challenge modes. So once you finish the game, and if you're wondering why you can't choose a weapon, you're probably not on the challenge menu. There's no weapon choice if you're not on the challenge menu. So I go to challenge, gives me that, I can choose my weapons, and I can choose which level to go into as my challenge. Basically, it's every level of the game, pretty much, just done as a challenge version, like a gauntlet to run through without the story. There are the cooperative modes. We'll see that once a buddy of mine is ready to play, Jeff Kinda probably. You can rewatch any of the cinematics from the game, and of course you get access to your settings and your story. Probably after doing one of these challenges, I'll just click on story and see where it sends me now that I'm done with the story. Does it send me back to the beginning, or what happens? I haven't actually tried that since finishing it up. Alright, so we'll go to challenge mode. Let's just do the original, which is Arrival. Okay, so it's the earliest part of the game. You do have Darth Soul's me, Darth_Soul. You have a friends, you. In terms of global rankings, I'm number 293, and a top 10 ranking for online leaderboards. It does give you a sense of what the mission is. Again, you can go through the entire list, but it's basically a time trial type of gauntlet circumstance here. Again, not a big fan of trying to use the spike launcher for this, but I'm not going for a high score. I just want to show you the spike launcher and how a challenge mode works. Again, you can just smack all this crap. Hey, 10 points! I got one in there. See the little 10 floating there? Yeah. Again, this back here, this grid, is telling me I'm moving too far out of the grid that can be tracked for the weapon. Again, unlike most games, you're not holding down the... I mean, you can hold the button to sort of recenter, but it's not really recentering as much as it's just telling you, hey, here's where the camera is versus the box that you should be in. And it does have a bit of a load time. This is on PS4 Pro, so even with the Pro, the load time is kind of heavy. Sometimes. Alright, so challenge. A countdown. Notice my time there. And my 1x. This is a multiplier-based scoring. If it ever feels like it's drifting, just take it down to your side and pull it back up again. Probably going to do a lot of running when you're playing this. Oh, one of those big spiders. Goodbye. Where's some more? Where's some more? Where's some more? Where's some more? Whoa. What the? Should probably actually aim. Alright, just go, 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 go. Now, in theory, you can just run through, and sometimes that may be more beneficial, especially since the little creepy crawlies try to get back in front of you, than otherwise. Here we go. These guys don't really build up your multiplier much. There's your spike launcher. Damn. Alright, so now I'm at 2x. Oh, and it just dropped down to 1x. You can see my score above. Basically, your wrist is your guide. I'm at 1 minute and 5 seconds. I passed through this gate. That's going to add a minute to my time. Okay. Again, running is a good idea. Personally, I would have made this something that I would have used a... Well, that sucked. Yeah, my aim is really off right now. There we go. Too busy talking, not enough time actually focusing on playing. That's me, basically. I'm firing on automatic, essentially. Okay, there's another one. Let me shoot these. See the little things that stick up on the back of the gun? How they come down? That's basically the reload animation. Alright, another minute. Come on, buddy. I much prefer a shotgun for this part, but that's okay. Okay, now you notice the green. That's green because I've got a multiplier going on. Come on, sonny boy. And now he's gonna rush me. There we go. All worth different amounts of points. Notice my multiplier is slowly dropping. Now it's back to 1. Every so often you're gonna run across a new gate for more time. Come on, hit the guy. There we go. It is a balance. You get a time bonus if you get to the end before time runs out. But that, depending on the map, that might mean skipping some enemies. So it's a question of, you know, is that worth it compared to the amount of points I would have gotten? See, I'm getting a lot of drift right now on the controls. There we go. There we go. Ooh, 2x, 600 points. And pass through another gate, add another minute. Uh-oh. I almost forgot. Poor guy's gonna hyperventilate. Like I said, personally I would prefer using a shotgun with my... rather than my... use that bonus while you got it. Because there will be some little dead areas like this one as I'm running up towards the enemies. Come on, baby. Then at least on this one, it does get down to slightly shorter intervals that you're getting. I got 225. That just added 45 seconds instead of a full minute. And I would suggest running pretty much through the entire thing to make sure that you can get to the end. Oh, right next to me. What's up? With because the whole idea is to keep your multiplier up, as one would expect from a thing like this. I can hear them behind me. Okay. Keep the multiplier up, keep the time up, 45 more seconds. But you also don't want to die. That would probably be a bad thing. Shit. I'm gonna said, definitely don't want to die. Would help if I was playing on more like I was yesterday when I did my first round. I got a feeling that my score is going to be lower than it was last night. We'll see it on my board whenever I'm done. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Multiplier has dropped. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Uh-oh. It's Big Daddy. Okay. Going 2 minutes and 5 seconds. First time I did this, I ended, like, I only needed about another 4 seconds, 5 or 4 seconds to get to the end, and I missed getting to the end point. Go, go, go! Yeah, on the plus side, this can be pretty, screw you. There you go. It can be a pretty frantic challenge mode, but it is just a score attack kind of challenge mode. There's not a story to this mode, even though you're essentially playing back through story-based areas. Getting close to the end here. Oh, and I killed myself. I blew myself up. Alright, so it ended there because I shot one of those friggin' spikes into the creature as it jumped at me and exploded it while it was on me. But you see what I mean, right? So you've got... It's going to tell you afterwards, you know, how many kills for each type of weapon, what your accuracy is, what the types of weapons or the types of creatures are. Apparently, the Brute is the big one, the Spitter is the bulbous one, the Goober, I guess, is the little spiders, like the medium size, I guess, and then Jumpers are the tiny ones. How much time is left? What was your total time used out of what was available? What's the name of it? What's your point total? Previous best versus current best. Accuracy, time bonuses, base score, and then gives you your rankings and such. I wasn't near my last score because my last score was, again, 45 seconds. So let's return to lobby. I'm going to jump to one of the latter ones so you can get a sense of what the end of the looks like, but I'm wondering if it's actually going to be... Yeah, we can try it. I don't know if this is actually going to show you a whole lot, but it gives you kind of a cool sense of how the environment changes as we get to the latter levels. Oh, please, anything but a freaking... Can I please switch out for a shotgun? There we go. Now, that doesn't suck. Either a shotgun or a precision rifle is going to be much better. Shotgun and precision rifle is nice, but you may get to a point where you've actually run out of ammo on both at the same time, which is kind of a pain in the ass. That's given this part, let's go precision rifle and assault rifle. And you got plenty of time because it takes a while to load. Clear the table. Now this one, I don't know if I'm actually going to run all the way through or try to or not. The last one I was trying to, except I blew myself up. Like a fool. Oh wait, there we go. There's my front. Okay. Oh, look, guys, it's a spike launcher. Ah, screw that. You're dealing with snipers and all kinds of stuff in this little area, so... There you go. Fuck off. Whoa. Ooh, rocket ammo. Me lie. I'm not playing as conservatively as I would on campaign because I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, you fight a lot of these scavenger dudes. You fight a lot of little drones. Okay, so you get to the end, and it's kind of like this gauntlet type thing. That really didn't give you a good sense of it, but basically, spoiler alert, your ally at the end of the game, who I will not name at this point because that would spoil something major, is walking in one of those ATST type walkers in the last segment. And sometimes you're walking with them, sometimes you're behind them, sometimes you're above them on these little like stone walkways where you're trying to position yourself. But it is basically a gauntlet. Really, the only boss in the game is the gigantic spider dude that you fight at the end of the first series of levels before you get into the area with the robots. The aliens, like the sentient aliens, and the robots don't really have bosses per se. You fight enough of those little walker dudes to really kind of rule out calling them bosses. So, last thing, I'm just curious, once you finish the story, what happens if you try to go back to the story? Oh, well, there you go. Level select. Sweet. So do you want to see a little bit? Tell you what, we can jump back to that last level and show you a little bit of it. I don't want to spoil too much. The character who I'm with will not say their name at any point, so it shouldn't matter. And it is cool that now you can choose what weapon you want to take with you, because when you're playing the regular game, there's very rarely an opportunity to switch a weapon when you're playing through the campaign for the first time. If you pick up the plasma rifle and stick with it, you're kind of screwed. So, and really the spike launcher isn't even all that great. So again, I would suggest assault rifle and shotgun, or assault rifle and precision shot, or precision rifle. If you really want to be bold, dump the assault rifle, go with the shotgun and precision rifle, but understand that means no guided missiles. But the shotgun is great for close range. It does have grenades, which you don't really get ammo for nearly as often as you probably should. And the precision rifle is just utterly badass against bosses and pretty much everything else, as long as you can get a good shot in. There we go. So final level. Probably won't play through the entire thing just because I'll probably die because I'm trying to talk while I'm doing it. Let's do it.
Now, stick with me.
Roger that.
Oh, I can already tell that I'm a little bit off. There we go. You'll recognize this as the area that I was just in for that attempt. With more stuff going on. Hey, anybody want to get a spike launcher? No, thank you. Alright. Start popping some heads. Start actually. Dang it. Man. I feel like I... Whoa, what has just happened? Where's my... Whoa! Okay, that's my problem, is I turned way around from my TV. That's why it wasn't able to track my gun right. I was like, what the hell? There you go. Here, jerkweed. You absolutely, for the snipers, really can use the precision shot. Ah, shit. Gotta reload that sucker. Whoa, missiles! Yes, eventually some of the little robot dudes will fire missiles at you. Where you at? Did you get him? No, you didn't. I got him. Would you like a plasma rifle? No. Where you at? Come on, pop your head out again. Shit.
Roger that. Moving up.
Doom 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 doom. Again, if you think you know who that character is, oh shit balls! I went too far. I'm dead. Fuck. I went too far. I was supposed to stop at that last set of obstructions and wait for her, because otherwise that guy will kill you. Oh, is that my... Oh, is that my ally? Yeah, I've been shooting my ally. It's that one that I want to kill. It's been one of those days. What can I say? And she will take care of most of the bad guys actually on the way, if left to her own devices. I say her because you've heard the voice, but God. It's not probably who you think it is.
God, there it is. We have to hurry.
And here comes the moment that makes everybody say, oh shit.
Stick with me.
Not that, but what's coming up here. Alright.
Shit!
Yeah.
I got this.
Except you don't even need to do anything.
Now.
Nice job, conspicuously unnamed partner. Pardon me. Still getting over whatever hit me at Celebration weeks later. Unfortunately, you never get to actually use one of those. Which kind of makes sense from a control scheme perspective, because it wouldn't really match the control scheme of using the aim controller, really. Alright. Where are you at? I think you come from the top, right? Alright, and get a chance to get a shotgun if you want it. Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous. Sorry, bad Blaze of Glory reference. Not Blades of Glory, Blaze of Glory, as in John Bon Jovi album based on and tied into the film. That is disgusting. Whoa! Keep forgetting this has a secondary fire. Don't accidentally press the button. Yeah, and then she takes out the Big Daddy. And there's another Big Daddy. And it's gone. Ah, damn it. So busy fucking shooting at the guy far away that I wasn't paying any attention to what was next to me. Damn it. Again, you have checkpoints in regular play, but as soon as you turned it off, I would be all the way back to the beginning of this when we first saw her with the walker. Come on. Alright, let her take big boy. What the hell? That thing just shoot like straight up in the air? Or am I seeing things? There he is. That was really kind of weird. Come on, son! Those little dudes don't actually seem like they would be all that dangerous. Like the medium size. But they absolutely are. Let's switch. Whoa! Pay attention to what you're doing. Anybody else? I can hear one. All right. Where are you at? Come on. Come on. There you go. Oh, there we go. Make sure I'm actually facing the TV again. Alright, you get that doll.
I need to cut through. Cover me.
I'm on it.
Yes, ma'am. Here we go. Running. Rushing me. Here we go. Alright. Let's go. Bye-bye, bitches! I don't like the fact that the feet sink. I guess it could represent sand. But the feet of the walker sink every time she takes a step, which is a little weird. Kind of immersion breaking. Yes, I know, lady. Woo! Yeah. Whoa, sniper, sniper, sniper. Get out of the way of the sniper. That sniper out of here. Those big bastards out of the way. I shot you in the neck.
I'm working on it!
Shit, reload, reload, reload. Alright. I do have trouble reloading frequently with that precision rifle. I forget. Because I'm switching back and forth so fast. Oh, popped your head on the other side of the rock. Again, the aim is a very precise controller, relatively speaking. It's just that my aim sucks. And I don't mean my aim as in my controller, I just mean my aim as in, well, my aim. Now's where it gets pretty cool because you're going to wind up in two separate areas. And you can get a shotgun if you need shotgun explosives, the grenades, they're right there.
But I'm picking up movement ahead. We've got company. Don't slow down.
Yeah, I know, survivors keep moving. Shut up. You really don't want to get too far ahead of her, though, because she is essentially supposed to be acting as cover for you. But she just moves so slow. Come on. Come on, survivors keep moving, and you're moving slow. Whoops. Holding it down a little bit too long when doing the sentry. Come on. Come on. Let's get them out. And then, yes. Whee! And use that precision shot some. Well, that wasn't me. There we go. That one was. Whoa, missile. Oh, and a sniper. Gotta get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Ah, damn it. I ran into the edge of the rock instead of actually going behind it. Come on. Screw it, I'll just go up to this one. It's hard to get a nice bead with the precision rifle from quite so far away. Damn! Yeah, that fucking sucked. I say when you're tired, hot, and everything else, this gauntlet does get to be a little difficult. Could you start like overthinking yourself instead of taking your time like I'm doing now, and you start trying to rush it? Hey, if you don't rush it, you're fine. See, I'm doing much better when I'm not trying to just zip around and be like, quick, get to the end, get to the... Oh, motherfucker. Why isn't he dead yet? Come on, partner. Usually she takes care of that thing real quick. You should be dead. Why aren't you dead yet? Cyclops kind of laser. There. Where the hell is she? Is there a reason you weren't, like, helping much, lady? Makes me wonder if she's not with me anymore. The game glitch on her or something? Because usually, when I get to here, there she is. Yeah, she's walking right under. Alright. Let's make sure I'm standing right. No, I'm not. Stay frosty, as the saying goes. Is she on my way? I keep turning too much. Damn it. And recentering is the same button that opens the menu, so... Whoa. Missile firing. Fucking drone. Wow, that was just point and shoot. That wasn't even trying to aim it.
That pillar is gonna fire any second. We have to move.
All right, and this is essentially your final confrontation. And you would think, you know, some big boss or something, but no, it's just...
Oh my god!
If we're still down here with the pillar lights up, we're dead.
3 of those dudes plus a bunch of the little ones. Little drones. All right, one down. Yeah, that's why I think the precision shot is a necessity for the latter chunk of the game here, because it'll do some big damage to those bad bosses. The bad guys. But it'll also take care of those fucking drones in one shot if you can get a bead on them. Because these are all missile drones. Come on, smoke him! Conspicuously unnamed assistant protagonist. Ah, here they come again. Is he dead? Good.
Shuttle's right up ahead. Keep moving.
Alright. Now, if you are not wanting to spoil the ending of the game, stop watching now. Because that's where we're headed, assuming that the game doesn't crash like it did on me the first time. Because, see, all that stuff that we played since I started the story mode and chose that last level, all of that is one level. Yes, every time I died, there was a checkpoint. But if I were to leave the game and come back, or if the game were to crash on me, I'd be right back to the start of that. There are no mid-level saves.
I'm on it.
Again, do not, if you don't want to be spoiled for the ending, stop watching now. I will explain a little bit of what's going on. Alright, so basically what happens, full spoilers here, is that it turns out that, yes, the ship that they were trying to get to see if they could find survivors to help, that Grant and Tyson and you were all trying to get to, came through about 30 years before everything else. Came through before Ava and Grant did. They finally come through, realize that basically there's no hope of finding survivors, and they basically make a life here until these things come, and these things come every 10 years, and if you're in the radius of when they fire this big white blast,
good to go.
Yes, it'll wind up basically wiping out life. And somehow, after years and them having a kid, her, one of those waves of white energy blasts out and winds up killing the parents but leaving her alive. She finally finds this ship, manages to fix it enough to get out of there by the time you arrive, 10 years at least after Grant and Eva did. And now, supposedly, she's helping you to escape.
You're going to do as I say. Steer the shuttle towards the top of the pillar.
What?
We're not going to the wormhole.
What? What?
Do it now!
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
You're not actually controlling anything here, you're just looking. Basically. So, what's your problem? What's your problem? It is uncanny how their eyes still lock on you for your conversations, very much like the characters in the database on Arkham VR.
That thing did it.
Yes, this thing, or something like it, killed your parents, and you want to ask them why.
We were happy.
Okay.
We were happy. If it's so advanced, then why would it want to destroy that?
Probably didn't know you were there.
I don't want to escape. I want answers. And I brought you here so you could get me close enough to ask.
Alright, we're gonna get some answers. Who are the aliens? Why are they here? What's up with these things in the sky? The blasts that happen with the waves of white energy and stuff? Yeah, we're gonna get some answers, man, because we're inside the big thing. Later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Come on. Close the door. Thank you much. Would you like me to stay behind, or?
Now get out of here!
I'm with you. Alright. And again, I'm not actually controlling anything. But I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And just that cool view from inside here, similar to what you had at the beginning with the full cockpit type thing, Millennium Falcon style, so you can see all around you. Alright, let's go!
No!
Oh, and the wormhole closed. Aw, crap. So 10 years until another wormhole opening or something. And a crash. And oh look, it's an escape pod, just like where the game started. Shoot. Hard. Woo! Did I survive? Yes, I did. Aw, but it's gonna do the little white thing. Come on. I can't do anything. I can't grab anything. I can't control myself. I'm just standing here inside. Anything that he does is out of my control. Like this. Let me out! Which is kind of stupid, because maybe this thing would protect him. But whatever. I feel like Jin and Cassian! And then things got a little trippy. Eva Tyson, Grant Moon. Apparently I must be like laying on the ground or something.
Wanderer returns. Come on, we gotta go.
Go where?
Survivors keep moving.
Ah! There you go with the tagline again. Where are we going? Where are we going? What are the answers? Who are the aliens? Why are they doing what they're doing? Where have you been? What is this white play? Oh, son of a bitch. Yes, that's the end of the game. So you do not get any answers to, well, anything. But it's a good setup, I guess, for a sequel. And it was definitely a fun. The actual campaign lasts about anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, depending on how much you play. Of course, you can go back and replay the story mode, as we just found, by picking a level and picking your weapon to do it. You have cooperative play, which I haven't tried yet, but it's kind of like the challenges in that it's a gauntlet, but you're playing 2-player. Friendly fire is active, so be careful. And you're basically trying to wipe out enemies to open doors to go to next areas. Challenges, like I showed you, basically kill, pass the line, get more time, kill, eventually get to the finish line, hopefully. Cinematics just let you rewatch any of the cinematics in VR, of course, that you sort of live through in the game, and then settings will take care of your settings. And again, challenges give you leaderboards up there on the side. Cooperative is going to basically have you choosing a level, inviting somebody, dealing with your settings again, and so on. And there are, from a co-op standpoint, there are 4 choices of co-op levels to try, and you can do them randomly. Just like you can choose challenges randomly, but there are only 4 co-op levels. I haven't tried co-op yet. Like I said, that's going to be something I'm looking forward to in the near future. But yeah, so there's basically the last level, is a sense of about the tensest that the game gets, good sense of what the enemies are, and now you've seen all the different weapons in action through the different live streams. And again, I said it'd be a short stream, and it wound up being longer than intended. But that always happens. Isn't that right, junk on the table? That's right. Oh, almost made it. Alright, so again, this has been Nathan P. Butler. This is my YouTube channel. Drop a subscribe or a like or whatever if you feel like. I'll be doing more PSVR Let's Plays. Probably not of Farpoint, but I may be picking up VR Invaders soon because I'm just getting an itch for more gun games as we wait for the next big VR releases, which is probably a while from now. But thank you for watching, and see you next time.